All right, so I've been doing a lot of still pictures, haven't been doing a whole lot of videos. I'm going to do a video to show what I got done and what I don't have done. So we just hung the back hinge plate on there with the weight after we got it painted up, and you can see the frame is almost done. Got the rims on there, looking pretty good too, I think. We got our front plate welded in. That's the front plate there. The old plate was all tore up, and just everything's gutted out. There's nothing changed there. There's no floor pans or anything in there yet. I did put new bolts on all 4 of those because the old ones were jury rigged. They were cut off and re-welded, and got our handle put back in. This is to control the speed for high-low gear, and got the rims here. So now that we see what we got done, and you know, I didn't want to paint all that because I'm not sure what slides and what doesn't slide, so we left that go. Once I get it all put together and get the coupler block put in the middle here, then I'll go ahead and spray paint that as well. The next thing I'm going to show you is what we still have to go. These are the nuts, bolts, clutch, washers, linkage, hydraulic hoses, and then we come over to the motor. This is the Wisconsin 4-cylinder motor, and the seat with the seat pan. I think I'm just going to go ahead and invest in a new seat. That's one of the reasons I didn't put the old tires back on those rims. I think I'm going to get a set of 4 new tires to put on there. I think I'm going to find a new seat somewhere to replace that seat. So we still have a lot of work to go, and I'll show you the boom system. I do have a piece of box tubing sitting up top. This is not part of that boom, but we haven't even started on this because I wanted to get done with the frame, then move on to the hydraulics, both the valve and lines that go in the Bobcat. And then after that, I was going to concentrate on the motor. After the motor was in, I was going to concentrate on the boom. I figured once I get the hydraulics in, because the hydraulics actually go, and I'll give you some kind of a perspective here. This is the back plate going down. The hydraulics are going to mount down there. You can see there's 2 nuts there and 2 nuts over there. There's a plate that goes across there, and the hydraulic valves go on there. And then all of the linkage, and I'm going to go around, this is the side of the unit, this is going to be the front of the unit, so you'll actually be sitting facing this way. The valves will connect to linkage that goes here, and then up to the foot pedals, which control the boom. So the linkage will go back to the hydraulic valves, which will be located down there. And then from there, all the hydraulic lines will be zigzagged up around the side, held in place by this bolt, and then they'll come up in the air and they will stick up so that all of those can be attached to, sorry for the fast camera, all of those are all hydraulic lines, hydraulic filter, and this is what I call a Christmas tree. There's tubes that connect the left tank to the right tank, and then you have hoses that go from the pump on the motor back to the Christmas tree, and so it's a conglomeration, and I hope I can remember how all this went back together. So there it is. That's what we got so far. That is the Bobcat M-610, and now I'm going to walk over here. I know my shop isn't in the best of shape right now, but we're going to walk over here and I'm going to show you what I'm currently working on. We shot some primer on. Actually, I didn't shoot it, I brushed it. But as you can see, there's some rimples, dimples, and I've been tapping on it and beating on it. I don't think I'm going to mess too much with this. And also the one corner is kind of crushed in. But yeah, here it is, this corner here. I don't know if you can see that. That's kind of crushed in. Not real concerned with that, and not real concerned with the way this thing looks right now because I put the primer on real thick. I'm going to sand that back down. But what goes in there? An indicator light. The indicator light goes in here, The switch unit goes in there. Oh, I'm gonna put my camera down there so you can see it. The indicator light is going to go in there. The key is going to fit through that hole, and then this amp gauge is going to fit in here. So those are the 3 units that are going to go in there. Now, let me just show you the conglomeration that I have ahead of me. This is the wiring harness. It had a sheathing around it. I cut that sheathing off, and they all go to an 8-pin plug. So I've gotten multiple color wire, and I'll probably end up cutting these off right in this area at different lengths, like this one here, that one there, this one here, that one there, just to alternate the connection sites. And I'm going to run new wire from there up. Now, I did look for a new plug, was unable to find an 8-wire plug. I am going to look online tonight, and if I can find that plug, I'm going to go ahead and just buy a new plug rather than rewire that plug, because it is a little shaky. So I want this thing to be fairly reliable when I'm done with it. As you can see where the wires went through the housing, not very good. And it was amazing to me how this thing didn't short itself out. Now, you know, I didn't run it a whole lot when I got it, but the wires are in really bad shape. And there was actually this wire, and I want to get a good shot of this one. This wire was inside that little panel there, and it's not even connected. It was merely twisted together. Look at there. It popped apart. Now I don't recall exactly where that wire was connected. I don't know if it was just connected to the indicator light, but in any sense, you know, it could have fell apart, shorted out, or whatever. So that's what I'm trying to alleviate all kinds of crap like that. I did, and I'm sorry for whipping the camera around here, I did put the logo together on my computer. Now I know that's a pink Bobcat with black letters, and it's got to be a red Bobcat with I'm sorry, that's even brown. That's not even black, that's brown. But it's a pink Bobcat with brown letters. And when it's done, it'll be a red Bobcat with black letters. And as you can see here, I don't know if it'll show up on camera, but I started laying out my pins and labeling all of my indicator light, key, amp. So I kind of have a drawing of that that I can go by. But I already have my logo for the boom done, and there's also a logo that's going to go right back here on both sides. It'll be right here, and it says Clark Equipment, and I've already got that logo made up. I do have a vinyl cutter, so I'll be cutting all my own vinyl. There is one thing that I am going to add to this that doesn't come from the factory, and that is everything that I own has Hillbilly on it. This is where the oval goes with the Bobcat and the Melro logo, so that's where that'll go. And I am sure that on this boom right here, down the side of this boom, I will come up with a little scenario, a little design, as well as a name for it. And just about everything I own has Hillbilly on it. I have the Hillbilly Hauler, which is a car trailer. I have a Hillbilly Deluxe, which is a dump trailer, and that has Hillbilly hydraulics on it. So when you lift the body up on the hydraulic cylinder on my dump trailer, it says Hillbilly hydraulics on it with a little rocket on there. So everything that I put together, I try to incorporate Hillbilly on it somewhere. I thought about Hillbilly sit and spin or Hillbilly pile driver, P-I-L-E driver, but not sure what we want to come up with. I'm sure when I get down to the nitty gritty, I'll come up with something for it. But here again, that oval Melro Bobcat logo will go right there on the boom system. And then over on the body itself, I'll have the red decal that says Clark Equipment, just like it had on it when it came from the factory. Now there are some smaller decals that are going to go on here. One of the decals will go right here, and it just says fast or slow and slow or fast, and that's for the transmission speed, because it is a variable speed. So I'm going to walk over here real quick and just running you all over the place here. I do have the original plate from the Bobcat, and let me see if I can get a shot of this. Don't know if you can read the serial number, but it has the model and the serial number, Clark Equipment Company, Melro Division, and so on and so on. So that is something that I do want to get replaced. A friend of mine that is in the sign business, he indicated to me that if I drew that up on my computer as an EPS file, I could maybe send that out to a laser engraver, and they would be able to engrave that. And then, all right, so here's the plate. I had the plate painted up. I didn't do a whole lot of body work to it. You can see it, it's kind of rough, but wasn't real concerned with it. On that plate, that's where the hydraulic valve unit is going to go. This is the hydraulic valve unit for it, and that'll go on that plate, and that plate will go in the bottom there, and then all the tubes will connect to that. Here's my foot controls and my floor plates. Do have a little bit of touch up to do from slinging it from the strap. Pulled some paint off of it, but other than that, not too bad. You can see there, pulled some paint off where the strap was. So there's where we are so far. The Bobcat M-610.